The Oilers are undefeated, and thank God McDavid exists because he scored within the first minute.
He is. I'm gonna stick to it, man. They're 1 or 2 players away from being great. He's a cheat code.
And like half a goalie.
They're a marginal improvement on either of Smith or Koskinen.
Isn't that the most frustrating thing about the Oilers, though? It's that it seems so simple to put together this good team.
No, but we can't.
Because you can go. If it was simple, they would have done it. You Toronto cuck or whatever.
Your defense score is kind of set. Like, your defense score is set. Your top 3 middle, if you tell them to play there, is McDavid, Draisaitl, Nuge, and then just fill in some some wingers that are decent.
But have you considered you're from Toronto and a piece of shit? No, you haven't.
I haven't taken that into no.
With your bias,
there was a really nice setup with McDavid to Draisaitl to Cassian.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
And Neil had his first 2 of the season too. The Oilers they looked defensively porous.
He needs 5 more matches total from last year.
Yeah,
he's getting there.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's weird because their offense has looked incredible and their defense has looked so shaky.
And yet, you would say if you were to look at it on paper, overall, I would say overall, except Connor McDavid. Balance-wise, they're better on defense, you would think.
Yeah.
Like, they have some really great pieces. Clefbaum, Nurse, Bears playing now. Like, there's some really good stuff coming up for Edmonton, and I was laughing after this game, too, while I was taking notes, too, because the thing that stood out to me was I think the argument on air and online in Edmonton this week was about do you start the better goalie or do you start the higher paid goalie? And that was in reference to Mikko Koskinen making more than Mike Smith. And
4.5 versus $2 million.
Right.
Mike Smith makes $2 million.
He makes $2 million at 37. Yeah, and Koskinen's 31, 4.5.
So they were arguing, you
could have Louis DeMille for free.
Mike Smith is the second goalie, but he doesn't make as much, but he should probably play more because he's better. That was the argument. Now it's 1 game. But I think we have an entire season last year in Calgary to realize not only Calgary finished first in its division, and he still had an 8.98.
Yeah,
but he was good in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
He was. It was weird.
They were so good. They were out in 5 games.
You know why? I lack of toughness. They were lack of toughness. That's why.
They were so good they couldn't even win a round.
Yeah. Listen, I'm coming from a team that only made it 7 games. I'm just saying.
You're coming from a Toronto piece of shit.
You're right. You're right.
Is that what they're changing the team name to?
Toronto piece of shits.
Yeah.
Toronto elite piece of shits. What do people from Alberta think Toronto is like?
I don't think everybody from Alberta thinks
No, I know
that. It's a very small
I know
percentage.
that. It's got to be. This has to be a tough listen for people from Alberta. But
I think the ones that know, and then I think the ones that don't
won't ever.
You can't convince them otherwise. They'll never come here. They've never been here.
I get tweets, and I know I shouldn't dwell on them, but I look at them, I'm like, oh fuck, this person's going to work tomorrow, and everyone at their workplace has to deal with them, in real life, and I just think of how awful that must be.